Alright guys, what's up? So I got these oxtails right here. I want to make a ragu out of this, and it's going to be smoked ahead of time. So obviously if you don't want the smoked flavor, you don't have to do that. You can always just sear it off, throw it in the pot with all the other stuff and let it braise. The braising process is probably going to take like 2, maybe 3 hours, but I'm going to smoke these for 3 hours ahead of time just to add a layer of flavor. Just a light pecan wood smoke, and I'm going to season these with salt and pepper before I throw them on. And then in the braise, it's going to be carrot, celery, onion, a little bit of garlic is going to go in there with some red wine and chicken stock and some fresh herbs. And then it's just going to stew down. It's going to be good. I'm going to add some rigatoni at the very end and make a plate of some pasta. And it's going to be some good eating, so stick around and check it out. All right, so we got about 3 hours to kill. I'm gonna get some prep work started ahead of time. I got a couple small onions, about 4 or 5 small celery stalks, and 3 carrots. I'm just gonna slice those down the middle and dice them up pretty small. And the amount of vegetables you're gonna use, basically you just wanna use common sense. You just want kind of a small bed of vegetables on the bottom of the pot. You can lay the meat on top, and you want about an even ratio of carrot, celery, onion. And I'm gonna throw some garlic in there, and then we're gonna add the liquid. And that's pretty much gonna be it. It's gonna be pretty easy. It's gonna go for about 3.5 hours, and it should be done. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm gonna get some fat in the pot before I sweat the veggies. And I'm using beef fat. I got about half a pound from the butcher for 33 cents, so it's pretty cheap. And if you want to use bacon fat, you can go ahead and use that also. What you're gonna do is throw the carrots in ahead of time, sweat those for 2 or 3 minutes till they get about half cooked, and then throw the rest of the onions and the celery in there and the garlic. And then we'll put the meat in and add the liquid after that. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna braise this for about 3 hours, let it simmer, or just until it's tender enough to shred off the bone. Then we're gonna take all the ingredients in the pot, get all the herbs out, blend that up. And if you have a food mill, use a food mill, but I don't have one, so I'm gonna blend it and make the sauce out of it. Then we're gonna boil some rigatoni, throw it in a pan, toss it all together, get some Parmesan cheese, and that should be pretty much it. Also, don't forget to skim any excess fat off the top because it's gonna rise to the surface because the oxtails are a fatty cut. There's a lot of connective tissue in there, so just don't forget to do that because it's gonna be pretty greasy if you don't. All right, so this meat was super fatty. I had to go through it and kind of pick all the little pieces of fat out. So when I bought the oxtails, it was 5 pounds, and this is how much meat you get after that, after it all cooks down. It's not that much, but I'm gonna mix it with the sauce, and it should be pretty good. It smells amazing right now, so we'll see. Smoked oxtail with mezzi rigatoni, ragu. Basically, it's just half-cut rigatoni pasta. Dude, that's amazing. Took like 6.5 hours to do, but obviously if you don't want to smoke it, you're gonna cut off like 3 hours. All you gotta do is sear the meat, like I said before. Super rich. Obviously it's really beefy. So I've been watching those master classes. I pretty much watched all the food ones. If you guys haven't checked out the master classes, you should go check that out. And one of the chefs, I can't remember his name, but he did this pretty much exact same dish, except they used beef tongue and beef cheeks and oxtail, but I just used all oxtail. And I didn't follow the recipe exactly to the T, but it was pretty close. It was probably like 90% similar. And I've done stuff like this in the past with short rib before. I'm gonna list all the ingredients down below. Seriously, you should try this out. It's not hard to do, it's just time consuming, that's all. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace out.